learners, welcome to the online session. Now we are here to learn the Unit 2 of Block 1 Stenographic Skills. And in our previous video, we have just finished Unit 1. So now we begin with Unit 2. Now Unit 2 is consonants. Yes, we have learned little bit on the consonants in Unit 1 also. Now you all know what are consonants. What are the two types of consonants? Consonants are based on two geometrical patterns, straight lines and curves. But here in this unit, we are going to learn the total 24 consonants we have. We will also be learning the outline of each and every consonant. I'll be making the outline of every consonant on the board for your reference, but my request is to each one of you, to each one of the viewer, just to practice the consonants as many times as you can in case you wish to learn shorthand. Because see, if we need to learn English and if we are not able to form alphabets, if we are not able to write the alphabets from A to Z, we can never think of learning a language. So you must practice the consonants very well. That's the most important thing. You must be making two pages each for every consonant and practice it whenever you feel like that you are not remembering the outline. So now, as we learned that total we have 24 consonants in shorthand. So we'll just see the categorization of it. Now consonants are straight and curved, and under straight we have three directions, that is downstrokes, upstrokes, horizontal. Same way, under curved also we have three directions, downstrokes, upstrokes and horizontal. Now total straight downstrokes. How many total straight downstrokes are there in shorthand? Now how do we define the term straight downstrokes? Now if you have understood the concept in the earlier video on Unit 1, you should be able to define it on your own. Straight downstrokes means the consonants which are based on straight lines written from top to bottom, because I said earlier also that downward direction means downstrokes. So we have total 6 straight downstrokes. Now how will you define straight upstrokes? Simple. Strokes based on straight lines written in upward direction, that is from bottom to top. They are straight upstrokes. Now we have total 4 straight upstrokes in shorthand. We'll be discussing them, the names and the outlines in detail soon after the categorization. So I'm just telling you the number, how 24 have been divided into 6 categories. Straight horizontals. Now the consonants, again based on straight lines written from left to right. They are straight horizontals. Now we have 2 straight horizontals in shorthand. Moving to curved. First of all, we have curved downstrokes. Now how will you define curved downstrokes? The strokes based on curves written in downward direction from top to bottom. They are curved downstrokes. And we have total 8 curved downstrokes in shorthand. Next is curved upstrokes based on curves written in upward direction from bottom to top. We have only 1 curved upstroke in shorthand. And the last category is curved horizontals, the strokes which are written with the help of curves from left to right. So we have basically three curved horizontals. Now, if you calculate, see under the straight ones, we have 6 plus 4 plus 2. That means total straight consonants, if we add on these 3, that means we have total 12 straight consonants. And again, if you add these 3, 8 plus 1 plus 3, it again comes to 12. So we have total 12 straight consonants and 12 curved consonants. So this is how the categorization of the consonants. Now we'll write the number here again. Straight down strokes 6, straight horizontal 2, straight up strokes 4, curved down strokes 8, curved horizontals 3, and curved up stroke 1. So these are total 24 consonants which have been divided into 6 categories. Now moving to the most important thing, the next thing after learning consonants, the joining. And you will be able to do the joining only when you know how the consonant is particularly written. You should be knowing the signs for each and every consonant. So to begin with, straight down strokes, there are 6 straight down strokes, and the name of these consonants are T, B, T, D, Ch, J. So if you have noticed the pronunciation, these are 6 basically, but they are 3 pairs actually. First pair is formed as P and B. Second pair is T and D, and third pair is Ch and J. So basically we have 3 pairs, total 6 consonants. 3 pair means total 6 consonants. Now the most important is, please focus on how to make these consonants. Now when you are writing the consonants in the notepad, make sure every consonant rests on the line. It should touch the line exactly, and it should end on the line basically. So P is a light consonant because it is lightly pronounced, and B is a heavy consonant because it gives us a darker sound. Now see the sign. A straight line has to be absolutely straight. There should not be any curve showing in the line, because see, it's a straight consonant. We can't show a curve in the line while writing them. So these are straight down strokes. So we must make sure that these are written with the help of straight lines. So P is a straight line from left to right, and as I said, please ensure that it ends on the line. Neither it should be ending above the line, nor it should be going below the line. Now why they are pairs? Because P and B have the same outline. P is a light consonant and B is a dark consonant. Same outline, a straight line from left to right, but written with a darker touch. Next pair is T and D. Now T, D. T is a light sound and D is a heavy sound. So T is written with a light touch and D is going to be written with a heavy stroke. Now this L means light. Now T is a straight line from top to bottom. D again, the same outline, the difference will be only light and dark. Yes, I know that with the help of a marker, I'm not exactly able to show the difference between the light and dark, but when you will be using the fountain pen or a pencil, please ensure to have a clear-cut difference between a light and dark consonant so that you are able to transcribe it exactly or correctly as per the consonant. Our next pair, basically last pair under straight downstroke, is Che and J. Now Che is a light consonant pronounced with a light sound. It's a straight line from right to left. Again, it must exactly rest on the line. It should touch the line from its ending point. J is a heavy consonant or a dark consonant written exactly in the same manner as Che, but it has to be made as a darker consonant. So we have learned the outlines of straight downstrokes. I am repeating. Please do remember them, do remember the category. Now we have 6 straight downstrokes, P and B, first pair. Second pair, T and D. Third pair, Che and J. Now moving to straight horizontals. Just now in the categorization, we have learnt that we have 2 straight horizontals, total 2, forming one pair. And the names are K and Gay. K is a light sound, so it is going to be written with a light consonant. Gay, being heavy sound, will be written with the help of a darker stroke. So since this is also forming a pair, the outline is going to be the same. The only difference will be of light and dark. Now straight horizontal means straight line from left to right. So on the line, now the line will be there in your notepad. On the line itself, you have to make a horizontal line from left to right with a light sign. See again. A straight line from left to right on the line is a sign which we use for K. Now moving to the darker consonant, that is Gay, the same outline, but it has to be written with a darker sign. Now I am again repeating, please ensure to have a clear-cut distinction between the light and the dark consonants in order to read them correctly. Now moving to straight upstrokes. We have 4 straight upstrokes. The names are Re, Ve, Ye, He. And the most important thing to learn is that they don't form any pair. Why? Because all four have independent outlines and they all are termed as light consonants. So we have re, ve, ye and he. As I just said, these are all light consonants and they don't form any pair. Now we learn the outline for re. These are all light consonants, so all will be written with the help of light touch only. And basically these are upstrokes, so we need to start them from bottom. A line from bottom to top, left to right is a sign used for the consonant re. I'm making it again. Please look on the board so that you get an idea on how to make the consonants. And also you need to remember one thing always while writing the shorthand, that if it is an upstroke, you have to write it from bottom to top only. You cannot write this consonant from top to bottom. Now, the sign for ve sound. A small curl or semicircle. Give a pause after you finish the semicircle to get a straight line from bottom to top. Now, why I am telling you to give a pause here? Because if you are not going to give a pause over here, you may not exactly get the straight line. But we need only a straight line because it is straight upstroke. We can't show a curve in the line of this consonant. So a small semicircle with a slight curve, give a pause and make a straight line. But you must have noticed one thing. See, whenever I'm saying take a pause, see, I'm not lifting my marker at all. Without lifting my marker, I'm giving a pause. I'm keeping my marker there only and I'm making a straight line. These things really matters. Now moving to the outline of the third straight upstroke, that is ye. Now this is slightly complicated. Please look on the board very carefully how I am making an outline for this particular consonant. Now a small curl on the right hand side of the line, pause. Why pause? To get a straight line, as it is a straight upstroke. So we need to form it with the help of a straight line. And again, while giving a pause over here, please do not lift your pen or pencil. Make sure you give a pause also, and at the same time you are not lifting your pen or pencil in between. Now this is an outline for ye. Now please keep practicing the consonants, learn them by heart, then only you will be able to exactly learn the language. The last straight upstroke is he. Now the outline of he is a small circle on the right hand side, pause and a straight line towards the top. This is the outline for he. I'm making it again. Please see it again here. And again make sure that when you are giving a pause here, this line should be straight. Why I am focusing on this point again and again? Because straight upstroke means that it is based on straight line. So these are 4 straight upstrokes: re, ve, ye and he. Okay, now moving to curved strokes. We'll be doing the curved downstrokes first. Total we have 8 curved downstrokes in shorthand, and they form 4 pairs. First pair F and V. F is a light consonant, V is a heavy consonant. So just look at the outline, how we are going to form a sign for F. It is a curved stroke, curved downstroke. So a curve from top to bottom, left to right is the formation for F stroke. A curve from left to right. Anyhow, it has to be from top to bottom because it is called as a downstroke. So a curve from left to right, top to bottom is a sign for F. F is basically a light consonant and V is a darker one, and V has the same outline. The difference is only of light and dark. When you write it with pen or pencil, you can easily make a difference in light and dark consonant. Now the second pair. Now ith and the. Now what are these sounds basically? Ith is used for th sound and the is used for the sound. Ith is pronounced lightly, so will be written with a light consonant. The is pronounced heavily, so it is going to be written with a dark touch. Now since they are forming pairs, the outline will be same. Now a curve from top to bottom, like an open bracket. The way you make an open bracket, you can remember it like that, but actually it is a curve from top to bottom. Now the is exactly written in the same manner, but it has to be a darker consonant only. Then only you will be able to identify whether it is ith or the. So this is the second pair and a curved downstroke, ith and third pair. S and Z. S is pronounced lightly, so it is a light consonant. And just look at the outline on the board. S is written with the help of a curve from top to bottom, just like a closing bracket. Ith and the was just like an opening bracket. S and Z you can remember as closing bracket signs, and Z is written in the same manner, but it has to be written with a darker stroke. So this is S and Z, the third pair. Now fourth and the last pair under curved downstroke. Now see, understand these sounds first. Ish and G. Now I'll give you 2 examples just to understand the sounds. Shame. Sh or ish. Basically we use ish consonant for sh or ish sound. So we will be using ish in shame as well as in fish. Now, G sound. How this sound is different from Z, which we have just covered under the third pair. Please understand the difference between the two sounds. Very important, because you are going to write exactly what you are going to hear. Z is basically, I'll give you example, zeal. Zero, Z sound. Now when we write J like this, we call it as Z. So this is zeal, zero. But then what is the meaning of this sound? G. Now if you know these words, see, how do we call this word as? We call it as measure, treasure. So basically this is G sound. Measure, treasure. So this is the difference between Z and G. Now the sign which is used for ish is a curve from right to left, light stroke, top to bottom. A curve from right to left, top to bottom, light sign. The sign for G is going to be exactly same as they are forming pair, and the only difference is it is a curve again from right to left, top to bottom. But it is a dark consonant. So now we have just finished with 8 curved downstrokes forming 4 pairs. Now next is curved horizontals. We have total 3 curved horizontals, M, N and ing. M is pronounced with a light sound, so it is a light consonant. And what do we mean by curved horizontal? A stroke which is based on curve written in horizontal direction from left to right. So a curve written from left to right. This is a sign which is used for the sound of M in shorthand. Next is, next 2 consonants are forming pairs, N and ing. N is light and ing is dark. N is a light sound. Ing is a heavy sound, so it cannot be written with a light touch. Now first we'll do the outline for N. Again, a curve like this from left to right. And in case we need to write the outline for ing, the same sign with a darker touch is a sign used for ing. Now the last category left is curved upstroke. In categorization, we learned that we have only one curved upstroke, and the name of the curved upstroke is L. And L is a light consonant. Now a curve from bottom to top. So this is the outline for L we use in shorthand. a curve from bottom to top. This is basically L. So we have finished all 24 consonants, basically the sounds of all the consonants, whether they are light or dark, and the outline for each and every consonant. Now there are two additional consonants. The first is called as downward R, and this comes under the category of curved downstroke. Why? Because it is written with the help of a curve from top to bottom. And it's a light consonant, because downward R, we are not putting any emphasis on the sound when we are pronouncing it. So it is just a light consonant. This is downward R, written in downward direction with the help of a curve from top to bottom. Second additional consonant is downward He. As we just learnt in the categorization of consonants, that He is a curved upstroke. Okay? But there is one more alternative form or an additional consonant known by the name downward He. Now by the name itself you can make out that it has to be written only in downward direction. So top to bottom. This is the outline for downward He. So this basically comes under the categorization of straight downstroke, as again it is a straight line from top to bottom. So here we finish all the consonants. We have done 24 consonants in detail along with their outlines, and these are the two additional consonants. The first one is downward R, which is a curved downstroke, and the second one is downward He, which is a straight downstroke. Thank you all.